Welcome to another trip down Normandy Road where we catch you up with everything going on with Swansea City. Thought there'd be two matches to talk about, but when your first match is frozen over and has to be rescheduled, you've got two matches in hand to the rest of everybody at the top of the championship. So what we'll do is we'll go a little backward before we go forward and catch you up with everything that happened with the midweek match against Nottingham Forest. Here's your highlights courtesy of our friends at Swans TV and YouTube.
So you want Swansea rescued there by Freddie Woodman, who got down low and made a difficult situation. Straight. Swansea City straight on it to try and win it back, but it's Joe Lolly getting them going with Graban on the left-hand side of the penalty area. God's in there if they can find him, but they're not going to be able to at the first attempt, and then the volley with the left foot is well over. So Steve Cooper will be glad that it's 0-0. It won't be. Forrest gets something from here, and Knockett's got space inside the box, and he picks his spot and he hits the crossbar and it bounces away, and it's the last kick of the first half, and he puts his hands to his head. A golden chance, and somebody of his ability, you don't give them that kind of space in Swansea's play. There's a more determination to win the ball further upfield.
Yeah, I think it's not with the ball, and it's more without the ball. There's a few more tackles going in. The players been on a little bit more on the front foot to win the ball back off the Forest players. We see it twice with Matty Grimes.
That said, Graban taken wide, shoots it in. Oh, that's right across the face of goal. Not for the first time tonight, and a real let-off for Swansea City. So Ayew, who knows he has to hold it up, and he can't hold it as long as he and Swansea City would want. Space, shot, oh, just wide. Ayew, we want him to grab a goal, or his teammates, and he's trying to set one up. Cross in from the left-hand side. Robert! Yes!
Get in!
Wow! Oh. It is a late goal. 4 minutes left, and Connor Roberts flew in, headed it in, and as soon as it was mid-flight, you knew it was going on target.
We talked about all season the wing-back to wing-back, Jake to Connor, and look, he's got no right to win that ball. Absolutely no right. He almost starts outside the penalty box when the ball comes in. But like I say, the desire, the hunger to want to be the one that gets his head to it, incredible.
3 points in the bag, very late goal put on the board. Here's Steve Cooper after the match as everybody's keeping pace with one another at the top of the table.
Steve, totally dominated. Always looked like you were going to be a home win, and you got there in the end.
Yeah, that was the plan. Didn't quite go that way, did it? No. Not a great game. Not much between the teams in terms of chances. No real glaring misses, I don't think. Certainly wasn't from us, and I can't think of Freddie making too many really good and difficult saves. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and say that we were brilliant in the game, because there were parts of the performance we weren't, in terms of, especially with the ball. We at times struggled to get a positioning right on the pitch and play with enough rhythm and enough intensity, especially first half. I didn't like our lack of intensity to our game, both with and without the ball. And I just thought the game was heading towards a 0-0, really, a draw, which, Forest are obviously a really good team and in good form, and they got loads of experienced and talented players, and maybe they would have taken a 0-0, I'm not sure, but I felt it was heading that way. But we just felt in the second half we had to make some tactical changes, get some more offensive players, needed some width, and hope that maybe things would turn a little bit, and it didn't really. But in the end, we managed to create a good moment to go and win the game. So delighted with the win, and knowing that we will, and we need to play better in the next game.
And then before we get into the table and the juice boxes and how everything looks heading into another busy week with a weekend match and a midweek match, Swansea did something very, very important. They had Jan Danda address the current issues that have been going on with racial abuse that he has been receiving on social media platforms. And so it's a good 30-minute conversation. I'd recommend that you go check it out over at the Swansea City YouTube channel. Here's just a bit of it, the opening part, with the questions about the abuse he was getting and his initial reaction to it.
What went through your head? What were your feelings? initially I was just shocked. Really, I was angry. I was hurt, and then as the night carried on, I never really got much sleep, and I was thinking about it quite a lot. If someone said to me before the game that I'd get racial messages and abuse, then I'd probably say it wouldn't affect me, and I'd just brush it off. But when I actually saw him after the game, it did affect me a lot more than I expected. And when I went home, I was quiet, and the next day at training, I weren't really my normal self. I was a bit reserved and a bit shocked and upset still. And obviously now I am still hurt by it, and I am still upset by it. But like, I've had time to speak with family and the support of my family and everyone at Swansea. So I do feel much better now. But initially, the first couple of days, I was upset and I was hurt.
And what was your reaction that Instagram/Facebook said that they were not going to ban the person that did that abuse?
Yeah, I was more angry than anything. I think for the person to be able to send abuse and not get banned on social media, and to just be banned from sending messages for just a short period of time, it was disgusting. Really, it didn't just affect me; it hurt my family to know that next to nothing has really been done about it. The guy or girl, whoever it was that has sent the messages, they can just go back to saying whatever they want and abusing whoever they want after just a short period of time. And for me, I think this is where a big problem is with the social media companies, for anyone to create an account and be whoever they want to be and hide behind the screen and say whatever they want to whoever they want. I think it's bad, and that's why I'm trying to speak as much now, because I think things need to change.
So obviously not enough being done when it comes to social media and racial abuse when it comes to social media platforms. So good that Swansea had Jan Danda address it from his point of view, so you can put faces to names and to comments. So now let's get you into what's going on this weekend when it comes to juice boxes and standings and such. Let's go into the odds of what's going to be going on over the next week. On Friday night football in the championship, Watford and Derby County. Watford a -112 favorite, with Derby hanging out at the bottom of the table. Your breakfast match in the championship on Saturday, Coventry is a big underdog as Brentford comes to visit. Brentford is a -115. All the others are 10 o'clocks on your Saturday. Barnsley a favorite at Bristol City. Cardiff -102 at home against Preston North End, who's a +307. Swansea, the one that we want to pay attention to, at Huddersfield, and they are +112. Huddersfield a +277. Your draw's a +224, courtesy of our friends at Odds Portal. Millwall a big favorite at home against Wycombe Wanderers. Norwich an even bigger favorite at home as Rotherham comes to visit Rotherham, north of +500. Nottingham and Blackburn pretty much even Stevens, in and around 165 to 175 when it comes to each team winning, +230 for your draw. QPR a slight underdog at home, +206, hosting Bournemouth, who's a +136. Possibly they could be looking at Thierry Henry as their new manager. Your draw's a +240. Reading a favorite at home against Middlesbrough. Reading a +149. Sheffield Wednesday about the same as Birmingham City comes to visit. Stoke a +127 at home as Luton Town comes to visit. On the 23rd, on your Tuesday, your midweek matches, half of them are Tuesday and some of them are on Wednesday. Birmingham, big underdog as Norwich comes to visit. Norwich, as we're talking, a -116. Derby County, a +116 at home against Huddersfield. Middlesbrough, -135 as Bristol City comes to visit. Luton Town, a +152 at home as Millwall comes to town. Rotherham, an underdog at home hosting Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, a +138. Reading, a favorite on the road at -119 as they go to Wycombe. On the 24th, Barnsley, a favorite at home, +123, hosting Stoke. Brentford, a -213 with Sheffield Wednesday coming to town at a +505. The other important match, Swansea, -143 as Coventry City comes to the Liberty at a +400. Blackburn, +152 as Watford comes to visit. Bournemouth, a -103 at the Vitality as Cardiff comes to town. And Preston, a +127 as QPR comes to visit at a +206. Let's take a look at your standings heading into the weekend with the games starting on the 19th. Norwich at the top of the table. They've won their last 30 matches, 61 points. Brentford 4 points back. They've lost their last 2, and they're at 57. Those are the automatic promotion spots. Swansea at 56. They've won their last 3, 4 of their last 5 at 56 points. Watford at 54, Reading at 51, Bournemouth at 49, getting a bit of an Undertaker manager bounce for the moment. They're in the last promotion playoff spot in 6th. Then a bit of a gap. Cardiff at 43, goal difference ahead of Middlesbrough. Stoke at 42, goal difference ahead of Barnsley. Millwall at 41, that gets you through 11. Blackburn, having lost 3 in a row, still ahead in 12th place at 39 points of Preston North End, who's lost 3 of 4. Bristol City, who has fallen on hard times, they are at 39 points, minus 12 in goal difference at 14th. Luton Town is 29 matches played in 15th at 37. QPR has won 4 of 5. They are at 36. Derby at 34, having won 4 of their last 5. Nottingham Forest 18th at 33 points, goal difference ahead of Huddersfield Town. Coventry City 31 points, having lost 3 of their last 4. Rotherham's lost their last 2 at 29. Now into the relegation fight right now. Sheffield Wednesday 1 point back, having lost 2 of their last 3. They are goal difference ahead of Birmingham City, minus 10 to minus 16. Wycombe Wanderers are last with 19 points with a record of 4, 7, and 18. Thanks to Swans TV, thanks to YouTube, and thanks to you for hanging out with us. It's another trip down Normandy Road, a busy week, hopefully, weather permitting. We'll catch up with you next time. Enjoy the games.